And what are some of the services? I mean, what am I to understand? Is you kind of challenge the score or look for errors?
Well, the first is like a doctor. We want to get a copy of that credit report. Most people nowadays at least have gotten, or I shouldn't say have gotten a report, but most people are more aware of what's going on out there with a lot of the identity theft. But once we get a copy of the report, each report is very individual. To have a quick glance over with the consumer or the person that pulled their report, to review it, and then at that point, depending on what's on the report, don't forget people, have a lot of valid issues on their credit report that maybe don't exist because it really wasn't them, or perhaps it was something they have proof of that might have been paid and it's showing it's late. So there's a lot of issues with stuff that definitely the customer has proof of, or there might be something as a mistake. A lot of times, between a mortgage late or a credit card late or a collection that should never went to, into a collection that could have been paid prior to. A lot of stuff comes up when someone does review a report, and a lot of that stuff where they don't have proof, if done the correct way, the onus is on the bureaus. The bureaus are a publicly or a privately held company. It's not the government. So the bureaus have to follow the letters of the law to the T. And when they don't, whether it's on the customer having the proof or not proof, they've got to listen to what we end up telling them. And at that point, it's in the customer's light of us doing some work for them on their behalf and a better thing for the customer.
I want to ask Artie, so
Yep.
Obviously we all have a basic understanding of the credit's important to the loan application. Would you give us some amplification of that as far as scores and what type of possibilities are for loans or even rates?
Well, yeah, all of the above applies. Just to talk in terms of credit history, obviously that's a huge part of the underwriting process or getting an approval on a loan. One of the things the bank wants to see is your ability and your willingness to make payments. So your ability speaks to obviously income and liabilities, but sometimes it's the willingness. When you have someone with a superior credit score, you know that they're doing whatever they can to make their payment. So we look at obviously past household payments, how you've performed with that, but specifically in terms of credit, household payment, like a mortgage, is a huge determining factor. So if you have any lates at all on a mortgage, you're going to have an issue. FHA will allow for one 30-day late in the past 12 months. So you cannot have more than one 30-day late in the past 12 months on a mortgage.